Hi everybody, welcome to my channel today. Yay, I have another layout out. I'm doing pretty good for the month of January, huh? So this layout here is called Chocolate Chip Pancakes. So the collection that I've used for it is the Pink Paisley and Paige Evans Turn the Page. I've had this layout for a gazillion years, not the layout, the collection for about a gazillion years, and I am, yes, sadly, just now breaking into it. Wah, wah. Pretty sad, right? So, you see there that I have a cut file. I've just cut out the cut file, which is from Paper Issues, onto that yellow pattern paper, and I'm going to use that as my background. And I'm going to layer the back or layer the cut file onto some colored cardstock. I'm talking faster than my video is going. Not surprising, right guys? So just using my ATG gun here, gonna put down my adhesive, and then you'll see that I picked this really like fun piece of pattern paper. And actually I decided to use that particular one because the photos that I'm using there's a bit of red in them. Actually the pajamas that my daughter is wearing are red. And so I needed, and I know this collection has a ton of red in it, but this was the darkest red and the closest red to my girl's pajamas. So she's wearing red and white snowflake pajamas. And she was just sitting at the kitchen table, like devouring these chocolate chip pancakes on Christmas Day. And so the focus is not really that it was Christmas Day, but the fact that she's like inhaling these pancakes, and she was just so happy about eating. She had chocolate everywhere, all over her hands, her face, it was all over the table. She like tore apart this pancake and just ate it as, you know, a 20-month-old child would do. So I was just smitten by her, and, you know, like everyone usually is by their children, but I was just taken away with how cute she was being, and I was just, you know, the mamarazzi just, you know, snapping away. So when matting my photo, okay, let's talk about the pictures real fast. So there were quite a bit of photos in the sequence, but I decided that I was going to use 3. Now 2 of them I was able to shrink them down to, they are about 2 by 2 or just slightly bigger than 2 by 2, but one of them, she has her arms out. And I didn't want to make that a square. I wanted to leave it as it was. So what I did was trim it down before I printed it, because I just printed it with my Canon selfie. So I edited the photo and made it longer than it was taller. Does that make sense? So it's rectangular. It's more rectangular in shape than obviously square. So that's going to be my trio of pictures. And the way they're going to be stacked is that they're going to be, the longer photo will be at the bottom, and then the 2 will be on top. And so that'll give me like more of a visual square, even though all the photos are not the same shape. Does that make sense? You'll see what I mean in a minute. So I'm still matting my photos here. And because there were 3, it took me thrice as long. And I'm just using papers from the 6x6 collection. So when I purchase collections, I usually try to get the 6x6 if it's available. Mainly because I always have in mind that I'd like to create cards, and then I never do. But my idea is always to create cards. But I just happen to have the 6x6 for this, and I thought, let's go ahead, let's use it. You know, I usually do, I don't really hang on to papers that, you know, for, you know, card making. But I mean, I wanted to make cards with this collection. I just didn't end up doing it, so I'm just using it to mat my photos. Why not? Why waste a whole sheet of 12 by 12 to mat photos, right? Unless I've already cut into it. So you see what I mean, that I've stacked the pictures on top of each other, and so now they have more of a square shape versus the photos the way they were previously. And so I've had somebody ask me before about the glue that I use in my glue gun. And so my glue gun is just a high temp glue gun, and it's just regular old hot glue. I don't have any issues with it. It's, you know, it doesn't warp anything, you know, and I use a lot of glue, and so I actually really enjoy using my hot glue gun. I find it to be extremely easy and um, affordable too, right? Because let's be honest, ATG tape is expensive. Wet glue drives me nuts because it just makes everything wet. That's why it's called wet glue, and the hot glue is instant, right? So it could work against you, but for the most part, you know, unless I drop a photo or I drop an embellishment or something, I really like that it's quick and I don't have to wait for it to dry. I don't have to, it's instant, right? And so that's what I want in my life. I want things done yesterday. So I'm going through the ephemera pack right now. Actually, I'm lying. This is the journaling spot. And so this was just a package full of journaling spots. Exactly what it's called. And I'm going to use it to anchor the right side of my photo, but also it's going to act as a resting place for some of my ephemera and my title. So I just pick a couple of my favorites, and I'm going to pull out the ephemera right here, as you can see. And so I'm going to go through that. And so I love this collection. It's sad that I'm just now getting around to using it, but life has been busy, and you know, it is what it is, and I'm happy that I'm finally actually using it instead of it just sitting and, you know, waiting for me to use it. So I'm also going to use those die cuts there that say everyday moments, because what's simpler than a child eating? Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, this wasn't some grand occasion of it being a wedding, or, you know, it wasn't that. This was my child simply eating and me documenting, you know, her happy little smile, her happy little messy smile. And so I loved that piece of ephemera that said magical, that you see there, that arrow that's pointing to her. This little child of mine has, her smile is magical. And so I've thought that that ephemera piece was just perfect for that spot. Now, because my picture is popped up on the foam, I needed part of that sentiment to pop up as well, to be elevated. So I just put the foam on the right side, and so now it's balanced and it's not wonky. Pretty simple. I'm also going to use these stickers that come with the collection, and they're called New Day, I think. And I'm just going to spell out pancakes. Now, I know pancakes is one word, but I didn't have enough space for it to be all one word. And so I divvied it up. That came out of my mouth wrong. I divvied it up, and so it's on two separate lines, but I clearly know that it's one word. I'm also going to use some October Afternoon. These are ancient, guys. These are, like, I've had these for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years maybe. I don't know. These are the Daily Flash mini alphas in mason jar. And they're just that same kind of minty, kind of aqua color with a white font on it. And so all the letters here are capitalized. And I like the definition that it gives. I like how different fonts look together. So I should have really cut some of this out, but I didn't. So excuse me for not doing so. I'm making you sit through this. What a bore. I thank you guys for being here. You guys know I'm just joking around, but I really do appreciate all your love and support. I appreciate all the love I've gotten on my channel, all the new subscribers, to all my new subbies, hello. To all my prior existing subbies, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all your views, all your comments. I read every single one. I don't always get a chance to respond back. Life has been super duper hectic, but I'm making it a goal in 2018 to sit down and just reply. So it might take me a little while, but I will get around to responding back. But I appreciate you guys being so patient. So here I am using ephemera again, and so I want a bit more layering. And so I'm tucking things in and behind my photos. And so I love labels. I think I need to get more labels. I think I need to work on getting more print and cut labels. I have a color printer and I have a silhouette cameo, so why not put those two things to work, right? So here you can see that I'm taking some, it's like a darker aqua thread, and I have intentions of putting some ephemera there. I'm not sure what I'm going to put. Might be a flare button. But I'm just giving it a place to rest, a little home. Oh, I think I was going to use a star, but it's the same color. So I take out the pink and create another cluster, or another nest, I should say, of thread. So yeah, I think the star that I was going to use was aqua, and it was too much aqua in one place. So although it was lighter, the star, I didn't want all that aqua, so I just switched out the thread. So I'm adding some stars here from the chipboard. I'm adding stars from the ephemera pieces. I'm adding, oh, there's stickers, yeah. There's stickers and chipboard stars. You're going to see now that I pull out my Heidi Swap Color Shine and give my layout just a bit of a zhuzh with the gold. I'm just still shopping around ephemera pieces. I really like the colors of this collection. They make me happy. They're not the traditional kind of girly colors. Like, they can be used for girl or boy. They're just really happy colors, and I love that. And I think that's what draws me all the time to Paige's collections. And I think that's why I'll keep, if she keeps doing that, I'll keep buying. Right? Sad to say, sad but true. So I'm taking my Heidi Swap Color Shine, gonna give it a bit of a zhuzh, gonna give it a bit of gold lovin', and that's it for my layout, guys. I didn't do anything else. Stay tuned for the still shots at the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. There it is. Thanks, guys. I appreciate all the love. We'll see you guys super duper soon. Keep a lookout. I'm adding more layouts, guys. I'm working on them. Take care, guys. Bye.